Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today I have a really cute double flap card to show you guys, and I thought we could make one together, I hope. So this is a really cute card that I found on YouTube, on a YouTube channel called Lisa Curcio, Lisa's Stamp Studio. And I will try to remember to link it below, but it is adorable, and it has a flap here and then a flap here. And I just put "You Were the Bee's Knees" in here, and I used one of my stamp sets. Gosh, I don't even know. It's Be Happy from Hello Bluebird is the name of the stamp set, and it's really cute. So I am going to tell you the steps, and then I'm going to also put all of the dimensions for everything below, so you'll have that. But for the base of the card, you want a solid colored cardstock, and in this case I'm using red. So I have a piece of red cardstock that I have cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and then I want to cut off 2 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just putting it on here, and we will use this piece, so don't discard. And then I'm going to I need to score this at 5 1/4. I didn't write that down, but I'm pretty sure that's right. 5 1/4 would make sense. Oh, 5 1/2. That's actually what I was thinking, but I said 5 1/4. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is a regular card size. So I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 inches. I need to get out my score. And then I also have a piece of red cardstock that I need to cut at 3 1/4 by 10, and then I need to score it at 5 inches. I don't know if I did that right. Let's try that again. Score it at 5 inches. Sometimes if I'm, yeah, see, I'm not in the right spot. There we go. Now I am. So that is that. And then I also need some white cardstock for the inside of the card, and for a layer here, and then for the layers in here. And then I also need a piece of designer series paper or printed cardstock for the outside, or the inside flap, and then the outside flap and the outside. So a background here and this flap for one part of cardstock. I'm just trying to look, and I want this one cut at 4 1/8 by 2 1/2, and this one is going to be cut at 2 1/2 by 4. So I think that's right. Let me just double check that. Yes. So I'm going to try to be creative with one sheet of cardstock that I have in from this Sunshiny Days. Pebbles is the name of the company, but I just use whatever you have. So I'm going to cut this so it measures 2 1/2 this way, because it does have a print on it. So I'm going to do 2 1/2 by 4 1/8. And then I'm hoping that my next one can be cut out of this, but I'm not sure if I have enough, so I will check that. I would if I had kept that, but I need this to be 2 1/2 by 4, and I need it to measure this way. So I need 4 inches this way, and I don't have it if I use one sheet of paper, as you can see. So I'm thinking I might, or one sheet, if I don't use this extra little piece they give you. But I think I might just do it, because I think it's cute, and I don't think it'll matter too much. And I want it to measure 2 1/2 by 4. So let me go ahead and cut that. I think that's pretty cute. We'll see how it's looking. And then this is going to be the background piece, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then these will be on the top. I think that will be all right. And then I'm going to put my images on top of here, and I did go ahead and cut out and color the images for the top piece. So that's what this will go on. And I think that will be fine with the little different patterns. I think I'm going to go with it. This will go underneath. There's that and that. And then for my white cardstock, oops, that's not the one. That's the leftovers. I need 2 that are cut at 3 1/8. No, maybe those aren't it. I don't know. What did I do with them? I thought I was so organized. Oh, 2 that are cut at 3 1/8 by 4 7/8. And then 1 that is cut at 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. So 2 larger ones and 1 smaller one. The smaller one's going to be this background, and then the larger ones are going to be these 2. Okay, just making sure that it fits. And then what I did with this one is I just put, I had leftover, so I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cute. And I may do that with this one as well. Let's just go ahead and get started and see what we come up with. I'm going to go ahead and burnish these so that the fold will stay crisp. And then also with this one, what I did with my original card is I used the scallop border to put on the edges. I just thought that would be really cute. It's really not necessary, but let's go ahead and do it again so I can kind of show you what I did for this. I started this, and I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to start this one right where I can see it when I look down on my punch. And because I want my inside to start just a hair in that, just so that they will match up when you put them together. So if I start this one, hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. If I start this one here, I want to start this pattern paper in just enough so that I have a little border on this edge. If I started them both at the same spot, then the scallops here wouldn't line up. So I want the scallops to line up on the sides. So I'm just going to try to do this the best that I can. And I'm going to look and just see it. And then I'm going to punch. And then I'm just going to bring this down just like you do on all your other punches like this. And then I'm going to bring it this way and do the same so I can get that end cut off. And then here is what I used for the inside, just because it's left over from here. And then I'm going to take my piece of cardstock that I got for the, what did I do with it? Good grief. I'm losing everything. Here it is. I don't think I need any of those. Okay, leave those up there, Tammy. So now this is what's going to go on the outside of this. So to get this to match up with that one, I'm going to make it so that when so this is the way I want it to be, so it reads happy. I'm going to, this is where I started the other one, so I could just see it. I want to move it in about 1/8 of an inch. I think that's right. Am I doing that right? Or do I want to move it out that much? Let me think just a second. This really was more difficult than I needed it to be, but okay, so I want this to start, instead of right here, I want it to start, this is where I cut this one, but I want this to start here. So I need my cut, okay, so I need my cut to be in here. And actually I'm gonna look down here, and I want the cut. How did that work? Oh, this shouldn't be so hard. I'm sure you guys are yelling at me, telling me exactly how to do it. I'm just being overly cautious. So this is where, okay, this is where it would be. Let me just put it in here. This is where I would start it. But I want it to be like that, so I want it to start down just a little further. I think that's right. Okay, well, we'll go with it. And if it's wrong, I'm learning too. So I'm just moving this down just a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. And hopefully this is right. And I'm holding my breath. I'm just lining all of these up. And then I'll go to this side. And then again, I have that little piece of paper that I could use. All right, let's see if I did this right. So now this should fit right on top of here, and it does. Yay. Whew. Made sense when I started it, but then when I started doing it, I wasn't sure. All right, let me go ahead and glue this down just because I think it's ready. So I'm gonna take my art glitter glue and glue this top part down to the flap. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the inside. So now I'm going to start from the inside out. So I'm going to open up my other card so I can look. I'm going to take my piece of cardstock that I have cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and that's just going to layer right on the inside of this front. Oh goodness. Crafting in real life. All right. I don't know why that made me think, but sometimes people will say that crafters are not artists whenever someone says that they're an artist or whatever. I've never claimed to be one, but I think it's kind of funny because when I think of like mistakes like this, I think, yep, I'm definitely a crafter. But I'm sure artists run into mistakes like that too. But I don't consider myself an artist at all. But, okay, hopefully I got that stuck on there better. All right, so now I'm gonna take my folded piece, and this is just going to lay right on top of this, like layered in. So I'm just going to take the back and glue this. I'm just centering it with my eyeball it in here like this. And then before I put this white sheet down, and it's just going to go right on the inside of this, I'm going to go ahead and put one of these down, and I might use the yellow one on this side. So I'm just going to take my glue and just draw a line. And oh, you know what I did? That says happy, but it's reading upside down. I guess I should be more careful. But that's the beauty of glue. Sometimes you have a little opportunity. So now I can just trim off this end. Now it reads happy, I think. Or did I just put it upside down? You know what? It's hard to tell. And if I can't tell, hopefully the recipient doesn't say, oh gosh, this is upside down. Because I really can't tell, but it might be upside down now. I thought it was right side up, but it's really hard to tell. The way that it's cut, it's like right in the middle of the word. So I don't know if you guys can see it on screen, but we're assuming it's right side up. And if not, well, that's all right. Why is this so wide on this one? I don't know. Maybe I cut this a little too wide. I will have the measurements below because it looks like I could have made this a little smaller on the edges like I did this one. Again, you know, here we are crafting in real life. So before I put this one down, I'm going to do the same thing with this red strip. Now this one, it doesn't matter if it's right side up or wrong side up or whatever. Let it fall and clip this off. And then now I'm going to glue this. And I am going to do some stamping on these white pieces. If you wanted to stamp before you lay it down, I totally get that. And with my track record for this demo, I probably should have, but we're going with it. Now finally, this last piece is going to fit, the white is going to fit on top of this, and then this is going to go right on top of the card front. And that is really cute. So I want the whole white piece attached to the card base, the red, or the background piece, I guess I should say, not the card base. I want this whole piece of white attached to this red. If this is your first tutorial of mine, you might want to watch some others because I promise they're not all this crazy, but some of them are. And then this is just going to go down so that it is over that. So kind of like this. So what I do, or I did, was I took this and put it this way, and then I'm just going to put my finger here where this is, and I am going to then glue above it. And then I'm going to put this down where I want it again. Maybe like that. And then I just took my little fine tip glue and just ran it along the inside here. Like so, and just hold that for just 10 seconds or so. And then here is our double flap card. Adorable. But I'm also going to put a background on this top piece. Now these are facing the correct way. I can tell that for sure. So I'm just going to glue this right on top of the white. Then I'm going to take my images, my strawberries that I cut out. And I'm going to glue that down. Kind of like that. And then I'll take my bee and glue him kind of on the top, on the plant, kind of like that. I think that's cute. And then now when you open it, I want to put an image on the inside. And for this one, I did the flower. I don't know the names of flowers, so I'm just going to say the flower. And I'm just going to stamp this. I'm sorry my block is such a wreck. I need to clean it like that. And then I'm also going to clip this off. And I need to put a bee in there. Which bee did I use? I used this little guy. I'm going to have a bee sitting on the flower. Like that. And then on the very inside, I have the little silly bee, like kind of laying down. Like that. And then I put the sentiment, it says, "You are the bee's knees." And I'm just going to try to be as straight with this as I can. God help me. You're the bee's knees. So cute. This is a cute stamp set. So clean these off, and then I can put them away. And put my ink away. I am going to use some alcohol markers. I have a set of Milo markers that I purchased, I believe, on Amazon. And I am just going to color these images. I'm using the black. This is number 120 to get the bee. And I know I want the stinger part black, so I'll start there. And then I'll do every other one. And then same for this guy. I know I want his head black. And I want a stinger black. And then this one would be black. And then for his body, I'm going to use this lemon yellow, which is number 35, and I'm going to color his face. And it is raining like crazy. Sorry if you can hear it. On that stripe. And do the same over here. Then I'm going to take a darker yellow, which this one is orange yellow, it says. Ooh, this one's number 32. I guess I can put the lid on my glue before I spill it. And I'm just going to do like the highlighting colors in this. And then I'm going to take my lighter color again and just try to blend that in a little bit. Like that. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. So I'll just do some highlights. and blend that in. And then I'm going to take a light pink color and just give him a little bit of cheeks. For this one, it's number 138. Just like that. And I did it to the front one, I think, but I did a different color and I was thinking I needed to do it a little darker. There we go. So then what do I need to do? I need to color in his little wings. So I'm using my Frost Blue. It's number 182 in this set. I'm just going to color this in. Just like that. And then I need to color in the flower. So I'm going to take a green. This one's emerald green, number 55, and just color in the leaves. And the stem to the flower. And instead of getting another color, I am just going to try to darken up a little bit of some of this. Just like that. I think that'll be fine. And then I'm going to color in the flower itself. Now, you could do whatever color you might want to do. I think I'm going to try to do something like this blue. So, let's see, what can I use? I have these two blues. I want to see which one's darker. I try to keep them in my stash darker, but this one, it looks opposite of what I think it's going to be. Okay, so this one's darker, and it's got a lower number, so I don't get it, but whatever. So this one's the baby blue. I'm going to color the flower in baby blue first, so the lighter blue first. And then I'm going to take my darker blue and just kind of try to highlight it. And then I'll take my lighter blue again and just kind of try to blend some of that in. I think that looks pretty cute. So then let's put these away. And then finally, I'm going to get my clear Winged Stella. And this just adds sparkle, and I'm just going to add sparkle to the leaves, or to the wings. Why do I keep calling those leaves? And that is that. I think it's really cute. So let's look at it. It is the double flip card. So there's that one. And then that one, and it says, "You're the bee's knees" on the inside. Aw, I think it's cute. So pardon the mistakes, but the dimensions will all be below, and the concept is there for sure. And hopefully you guys can try this yourselves. It's fun to make, and I think it's got a lot of bang. I think it's a cute card. You can put something in here if you want to. I'll probably leave it blank and then write my little note in here. But I think it's really cute. And hopefully you do too. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.